show us your tips. Take 2 of midweek preview time. Dag and Beaver with you, and Beaver's Mrs. Blender in the background as usual on a Wednesday. What's going on, mate?
Normal stuff, mate. Just getting amongst it halfway through the week and looking forward to a day's racing today and then the weekend ahead.
Unfortunately, lost all our brilliant intro just then, but we're racing at Warwick Farm and Sandown, where the rail will start at Warwick Farm. The weekend was all right to us. I'm sure there's some nice horses to follow.
Good.
In that sort of thing.
IME was a nice win, albeit short odds. Won very well, and I thought Zoomon was a pick of also at Rose Hill there, mate.
Yeah. Probably no disadvantage being too far from the pace there. Some maybe baffling rides, you'd say. It was very interesting, actually, just quickly to touch on. The interesting one on the day was every man and his dog seemed to know Frumos was going to get hung up from gate 1, including us, and to watch it unfold exactly how everyone thought after it got out to the best part of $4 was... there's some perverse delight in it, I guess.
I just don't get where you see that, you predict that's going to happen, but yet the jockey still puts himself in a position where that can happen.
Yes, that was the...
in the first 400 that you've got to get off the fence, and even if you snag back to last so you can get out and come down the middle and give yourself a chance.
Yep.
But just to let that happen is bizarre, and I just don't get it on some of these tracks where you have to be on pace and they go mile back and just give themselves no chance and sit outs 3 wide outside leads and all of that. It's just bizarre time when some of those things unfold. I just don't get it. But anyway, better judges than me, maybe, or maybe not, because we predicted it.
Well, surely Kerrion went into that race knowing he had one job, and he stuffed it up. So, yeah, but everyone knew he was going to. He got your best part of $4. Similar, Gaza Blanca wasn't given. I don't think it was a decent enough run given everything against it. And there's some nice winners throughout at Pakenham. Red Card was good again, and there's a few other horses we can probably follow there.
Red Card was very good. It's a quality horse. It came under a bit of pressure and just seemed to keep finding, so went back away from what looks to be a pretty reasonable horse.
Kissinger did the job for us on the dry. Again, pretty comfy watch. But let's get to Warwick Farm, where the 2-year-olds kick us off on a good track, rail in the 3-metre mark at 1,100 metres, and a decent little 2-year-old race to start the day.
Yeah.
Good luck to a couple of friends of the show, Blocky and Johnny in Denman Star there. But how were you starting off? Sorry, cut you off.
Yeah, it is a tricky little race. A couple of, or 3 in the market are all the unraced lot. And then you've got Resilient, who I'm going for, that's had the 1 start. First start was down in Cranbourne, brought it up to Sydney here, Cummings. Wasn't a bad run, just got back, hit the line okay, I thought. And that was a pretty decent race with the winner being Remedies, who has a bit of ability. So I just thought, given it's raced and got a bit of experience there, it could be the one to beat. But a few first starters here that look to have a little bit of ability.
It was heavily backed in that race too, from memory, and probably not entirely full of luck either. I didn't know what to do with it. That was the horse I spent a lot of time pondering. So I actually, after everything, end up finding the favourite. I thought the trial away from home was good. You can tie him together through, I believe it was Floodway, who trialled against one of the Godolphin horses through that race, and I've just been sitting and watching the money come for it this morning, actually, while we're waiting to start the show. But I'm with it from Roussillon, who I'm scared of. I think the Trial of Child was great, but another Gate 1 special there had me nervous. So short answer's favourite on top. Let's move on. It looks like I can ask you a question there. Race 2, 1,100 metre maiden, this time for the 3-year-olds, I believe. Anything here for you?
Yeah, another tricky little affair here. A first starter from the Mars stable and a couple that are sort of resuming from a spell after some decent form in their last preps. I've gone for the Lions Gate from the Dunn stable. I really liked the trial, or 2 trials this time in, have both had some merit. And its failure before it went out last start was on a heavy track, just didn't handle it. And they spelled it as a 2-year-old, but I thought its maiden, when it It's ran second in the maiden. Behind Hell I Am was a good run, and I think it can give us a sight first up.
I agree. I thought the trials were fantastic. I thought there was a lovely couple of trials coming here. As I'd like the quiet trial of Kiss the Outcast, who's resuming in town for stable flying at the moment, and was about $10 last night. It's been back this morning, just looking through this. And I did like the trial of Wind Shadow too, 4-year-old gelding out for the first time for the Mar Eustace stable. So I was looking sort of 5 from 1. Was, as I've said, scared of Lionsgate as well. We've got a Heat of the Rising Star over the mile, benchmark 72 up next. I think there's only 2 clear hopes. They're the 2 best riders. I'm going with Duke of Buckingham. I really like that last win, or last couple that's put together. Stable's going really well and gets the best rider in the race, Dylan Gibbons. Couple of scratchings helped. It only has to sit right on Tarashok's back and gets last crack at it. The main danger is Tarashok, who will lead, and it'll be the one they have to get past. That's it. That's a race for me, but I'm pretty keen on a tricky day to stamp too much that it's going to run well here.
Yeah, I'm the same as you. Exactly the same comment, exactly the same view. I thought its last 2 runs have been pretty good. Just missed 2 back at Hawkesbury, and then was impressive last start. It will run a good race, and it'll finish in the top 2.
Well, yeah. The 4th is a benchmark 72 over the mile, where I do have the favourite on top here, Kuklara. It was a nice resumption, won well enough, but I don't have a great deal of confidence, and almost want to see it do it again, actually. From Sweet Mercy, who I would have entertained at twice the price, it's now been heavily backed here, which again concerns me, but I suppose it's a small and average field. They were the 2 main ones that stood out for me.
Yeah, I had Sweet Mercy last night, and the fact it's been backed, I like that. Means it looks ready to win today. I thought the $4 was okay in this type of field, and I think it can run well, so I've got it on top.
Cool. It feels like one of those horses you want to back in like a 15-horse field at $10. More than one you want to back here, but anyway. Yeah. Nothing else to add there?
No. It's all good.
We've got the staying race up next, a benchmark 72 over the 2,400 metres. Anything caught your eye?
Not a lot has caught my eye. The one I did like is Wanga Wonder has been scratched. Look, this is a very ordinary race. Couldn't really find a lot here. Nothing for me. I'm going to let it go.
I'm going to stick with the favourite, Back the Man. Not a lot of luck last time out. Obviously hit line well. Has a track and distance set up here, which not a lot of these have. And then I was looking to 2 lightly raced horses away from it. King of Gold looks an out-and-out stay. Has been tough at the provincials the last few Saturday provincials, double figures. And I'll have a little throw at the stumps where I'm a bit more comfortable with David Payne. Mr. Battle at 30s. Very, very lightly raced straight up to this distance. Big, gawky looking thing, but has hit the line well both starts. His prep at a big price might be just completely different form there. Race 6, benchmark 72. Good little sprint race over the 1,000. What do you like? A couple of ones we've had a bit to do with here.
Yeah, it is a good little sprint race, but I've gone for the favourite, Way to the Stars. Just might have been a victim of second up syndrome last start, but still wasn't far off them at Kembla after a really nice win first up at the farm. Back here today, has good form at the track and distance. It's second up, hasn't won. 3 wins have been first up, so hopefully it can produce today. But I just think, it gets the favours in this race, and I think it's drawn well. Clark goes forward and proves hard to beat here.
Sabrina sat outside it last time. I sat outside lead there and was pretty good alongside it. It's 4 times the price. I guess you're getting that because Jess Taylor goes on. I would have been a little bit keen to there, but yeah, I went away from it and went for With Your Blessing altogether, which is with nice resumption. I know Newcastle 900's a weird place to be, but the stuff it has beat Devil Throat in town last prep and was good both starts there. And I think maybe just fresh blood here is the way I was going to go. Again, was probably looking for more of a price, but I think there are 3 key chances for me. 2 from 4 and 6. And we're going to wrap up the day back in Greydale, benchmark 64 over the 1,300 metres, where I spent again, far too long looking at this lead up, only to decide I'm going to go right away from it and tip Tim Clark on the favourite from the outside gate. High Blue Sea broke through nicely last time. The rest of the pace in this race is drawn outside there with it. I think it gets a crowd across and might just be the one that holds on in a race where I just didn't like the rest of everyone being tied together. A watch on the Fresh Blood in Hell of a Dancer, Beaver.
Yeah, I went for High Blue Sea just to confirm it's not the fave. It's $5.
Oh, did I say fave? Did I?
The fave.
Oh.
Yeah. So even better for you. So third up here, first 2 runs this prep have been really good. It's I thought the way it won last start at Rose Hill was nice, and was a nice second behind Kawati at Kempler. So I think it can run well, and yeah, I've got it on my own top pick as well.
Beautiful. Have you got? Well, let's get straight into your best in value.
Yeah, my best is race 3, number 2, Duke of Buckingham. I think it's going to be super hard to beat. And my value is in the last, High Blue Sea, race 7, number 3.
You wouldn't read about it. I've done the same thing. 3-2 Duke Buckingham, value 7-3 High Blue Sea.
Read about it. It sounds like it.
I hope so. Wow, that's scary. All right. It was a tricky card, actually. A tricky little card. I was much happier to get to Hillside and Sandown Hillside, where we're on a good track, and the rail's out 11. Last time I was out this far, played okay, but as always, it may well play like Kenzo, up the inside early, then swooping late. But we'll watch that unfold. But I was a bit more excited about this card, I'll be honest.
Yes, I think it was a pretty decent card, and I think there's some nice little winners can pop up here.
3-year-old fillies kick us off over the 1,300 metres, where there's actually quite a few chances here. I thought the first starters trialled well. You could make a case for most of these, so I can't really stamp any. Did anything jump out for you?
Yeah, similar to you, the top 4 in the market are all tight in the market. I went for 3 Graces, resuming here. That's first up, was second behind Betray, who we know has a bit of ability. I think it's a decent enough horse, and it ran really well in that race. Spelled after that and comes back here in a very winnable race. I've got it on top.
Beauty. The second is a 1,400 metre maiden, where a little bit keener. I really love the Trials of Rheinberg, riding the pace, coming out from New Zealand for the Hayes stable. Has had a few jumps out ready for this. We should go forward from that gate, and I think it'll give you a nice sight for Mickey D, who's flying at around the each way price. But there's some other chances. Smullen ran well last time. Annihilate was stuck outside lead first up and has been scratched, so don't disregard that. And keen on the 3. Let's just end there, Beaver.
Yeah, I certainly think there's a watch on it, having coming over from New Zealand. Certainly one that I would be considering, but I've gone for Permutation, resuming from the Pruska stable. I thought all of its runs have been okay to date. Stepped up over further distance last start and ran nicely at Moonee Valley before sent out. I think it can run well fresh and gets the sitting shot on all of these. So if there's an opportunity to be running on here, it'll be the horse.
Race 3 is a Class 1 over the 1,400 metres, and I like these next few favourites. I'm going to link a few of them together here, but the favourite here, River Plate, Gate 1, Blake Sheehan, he won't mess around. He'll go straight to the front here. And run them ragged exactly like I did last time. And I think it wins again.
Yeah, I think this could be the prep for River Plate. It promised to do that in previous preparations. Hopefully now the penny has dropped, and I think we'll see this horse in Saturday class very shortly.
Definitely. The fourth is a 1,500 metre 64, and same again here with the favourite. Lightly raced St Lawrence, came back with a nice win I didn't realise it was 3 months ago, but it felt like it was yesterday. But nice win. Now put aside for this. Has been backed again already. Should get the right run and should win this and again go to Saturday class, I believe. From Rich Divinity, who's a nice little trier.
Same as you, mate. No reason it won't win again, and I think you're right. Off to Saturday after this.
The fifth is a mile 64. Are you sticking with the favourite here?
I am. I got the favourite again here. I think this will be winning. I think broke through with a very nice win last start at the Valley. Paddy Payne trained here and clear on top for me, 3 in a row.
definitely. And main danger for me was Lavaggio, who out in trip around the double figures might be worth a saver there. The 6 is a benchmark 64 over the 1,800 metres. What's caught your eye?
Yeah, I like Highland Jack here at the $6 mark. Third up today, gets the claim, but just looks like it's building to this. Out now the extra 200 from the mile to the 1,800. Thought it finished off very nicely last start against Russian Ronnie, albeit a few lengths off the winner. Hit the line, the best of those in that horse. And yeah, ran some nice races last prep. I think it's on the improve and can run well.
I'm with Rick's Cafe here. The format of that race has been very good. Secret Glamour across the line with came to Sydney last week and won, and third horse has won since. Might even be another one in there. Yeah, big swooper. You want to see him running on, though. If not, I do think Highland Jack and I Am News would have it if they're not running on by this stage of the game. But sticking with the form race there. The 7th, 1,300 metre, benchmark 64. Anything here?
I've gone for Super Aussie. Like the fact that it's got the 3 kilo claim here. We needed that. Yeah, I think the last couple of runs have been very good. One at Sandown last start. Was a nice win, just off the pace and finished nicely. And then ran well at the Valley in the 2 starts prior to that in decent company. I think it gets the right run here, kind of gets across, gets a sit here, and probably gets a decent cut into the race here. Oxley Jack will probably lead him up. It can follow it across and hopefully be too good.
Look, I'm sticking with, it's a bit of a gunner, but I'm sticking with Forbidden City. Just nabbed late. Oh, surprised it was nabbed right in the line. First up after showing a nice turn of foot there. Down in weight and run well here, I think. Although I'm a bit worried Fresh might be best for it. From Pocket Change, who was a nice finish behind a good horse at the track last time out. Race 8 is the 1,400 metre benchmark 70 to finish us up. Where, look, Saucy Horsey's 4 wins from 7 starts. It'll roll along on the pace. Nice resumption. And the main dangers come out this morning. So I think it's going to be hard to beat. Still a decent enough price for it. Anything for you?
Yeah, I've gone for Caesar. I really like this. I think it's got a really good show. It ran last start, finished nicely, finished only a couple of lengths behind Pal Dora, who came out and won on the weekend. So that's a good form race for me. A bit of a fitness boost here, having had that one start. And then if you go back and look at some of the runs in last preparation, they were very good as well. It won a race at Sandown, beat Aaron Bay, who won on the weekend as well. So I think that's good form line. And then wasn't far off from at Warrnambool in a benchmark 70 race. So I think it can run really well in this.
Lovely. You got a best in value at Sandown.
Yeah, my best bet comes up in race 5, number 1, Hard to Cross. And it was hard to find value, but I went for race 8, number 14, Caesar, probably the best value of the ones I like today. Hopefully get around the $5, $5.50 mark.
Lovely. My best is race 3, number 1, River Plate, but keen on that string of favourites there, race 3, 4 and 5. And my only value I'd found is come out, so I'll make my value race 2, number 3, Ryanburg, around the $5 mark. Anything in Queensland?
Mate, only a couple in Queensland. Ipswich, I've got race 4, number 3, Bullet Force. Be hard to beat. And then following it up, race 5, number 1, Data Patch.
Good stuff. That is our midweek preview show. Check out progretracing.com.au for everything going on there. We'll have some tips up tomorrow for the Thursday card. We'll be back Friday to look at the Villiers, whatever it's called now, the Ingham. And I believe we're at Sandown again on Saturday. But we'll get through that Friday morning. Good punting, guys, and we'll talk soon. Catch ya.